Hi, everyone. Well, we found another great one for you. Welcome to another great car here on the Car Reviews podcast with CollectorCarCanada.ca. I'm going to check my microphone. Looks like it's all right. Welcome to another great car here on the Car Reviews podcast with CollectorCarCanada.ca. I said we've found another great one for you. Well, this one is a 1992 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. So it's got the 5 liter. It's got the better of the two 5 liters offered. I'll get into that through the video. But 1992, the last year of third generation F body Camaro and Firebird types will know that. But and that makes it interesting as it is. But even better, this one is sitting here with 24,977 kilometers from new. It's not a 5-digit odometer, in case you're thinking of that. There's a 0 preceding the 2. So this one is going to its new owner. It might crack 25,000 kilometers because it's only 23 kilometers away. And if there are a couple of demo rides during the sale process, it'll break it, but certainly under 26,000 kilometers from new on this Canadian market. 1992 Chevrolet Camaro Z28 with a 5-liter engine, tune ported injection, 4-speed automatic with automatic overdrive. Uh, so this one is finished in a bright red, as you see. You can see the Z28 emblem just behind the front wheel, and there's venting in front of each of those wheels just to keep the tires cooled a little bit from a crosswind. And yeah, the story, well, this one's got air conditioning. I'll say it while I'm thinking of it because we tested the AC. It's blowing nice and cold. This one's a real opportunity at such low mileage. Very sought after cars. Last year of the F body third generation, uh, 1992. So I'm gonna give it a start, and then we'll move on to shooting the rest of the car. So here we go with the startup. Running really nicely. You can probably hear the promise of the power from the 5.0. That was not a cold start. We've shot some driving videos of the car today, so if you want to hear the engine while it's working under load, you can take a look at those on the detailed listing. It's lot 319 on collectorcarcanada.ca. But speaking of the cold start, we did shoot a cold start video earlier today. The car even spent the night overnight outside, which is rare for this car. The owner's place has a triple garage, so there's plenty of space for this. It's been with the current owner. I think it's 14 years, so not an original owner, but a long time owner certainly. But I believe there are 3 owners, so 3 owners have conspired to keep the miles really low. I should say kilometers because, as I say, it's a Canadian market car. Today sitting at 0.24977 kilometers. So I'm gonna hop out of the car, grab the camera, and we'll do our normal thing, listening to the sound of the idle from the engine compartment and the exhaust, and we'll proceed with the video. Okay, so we have the hood open and the hatch open as well. Uh, no getting around it. I'll just mention that we've got a stick propping up the hood. The hood stays are not much good anymore, well worn. However, the hatch stays look strong. You can see the hatches being kept up by them. 5-liter or 305 cubic inch engine in this 1992 Camaro Z28. Some people might be thinking back to the IROC Z Camaros of the 80s. Certainly the same body style as this. This third generation Camaro ran from model years 82 to 92. But I think it was 1989 where Dodge took over the sponsorship of the International Race of Champions. So that's where IROC came from. And the Dodge Daytona was wearing the IROC badge by the time this car was made in 1992. But Z28 certainly was a mainstay of the sporty Camaros right from first gen in 1967 through to the most recent Camaro, which was made for the 2023 model year. Of course, there was a break in there from '03 to 10. 2010 was when the Camaro returned in fifth generation form. So we're getting close to have a listen to that 305. I've got a separate microphone, and Mr. Editor, I'm turning it on right now. Interesting thing about the 92 Z28s, there are a couple of 305 cubic inch V8s offered, and we'll cruise in on the VIN here. You can see, if you can't, we've got a photo of it. The eighth character of the VIN is an F as in Frank. So for the automatic transmissions, which this is, that came with 205 horsepower. So a little stronger than the other V8 that was offered. The manual came with a bit more power, but this car is an auto. Let's cruise around back. Dual exhaust, as you might expect. We'll get a listen to the exhaust at idle. Actually, I deliberately left the hatch open. There's something I wanted to show you here in case I forget to do it when we're looking at the interior of the car. Much like Cadillacs, certainly of the period and before, not so many Camaros. This has a motorized trunk. So I'm going to gently draw it down, and then the car will do the rest. So now it's closed. So you don't slam the 92 Z28's trunk. So you can see the tune port injection, talking about the fuel injection method. And there's a neat Z28 emblem. So I'm going to get that second microphone ready. Mr. Cameraman, I'm turning, or Mr. Editor rather, I'm turning it on right now. And I'll get in close to the exhaust on either end. That's the left side, driver's, and then passenger side. So even from that idle, you can hear the promise of power. I didn't mention it, must have been obvious from the intro, but this car is equipped with T-tops. They're stowed over here by the garage, and there's a dedicated vinyl case for them that's actually attached to the hatch, so you know that's original. Right now we've got that cargo cover in the up position, but there is a cargo cover to store your or to protect your valuable items from the eyes of people to whom they don't belong. Couple other interesting things about this car. It's done very low miles, kilometers in the current owner's hands. And before it went to the current owners, around 2011, I believe it was a Nova Scotia car. Canadians who travel every province, and Nova Scotians themselves will know no front license plate in Nova Scotia. So the front has never been drilled for a license plate, and that Chevy emblem, usually covered for Ontario 92 Z28s or third generation Z28s and Camaros, very much apparent here. Of course, it's against the rules to operate a car in Ontario without the license plate, but the front plate has never been drilled, and that Chevy emblem is right there. Some would call it a bow tie. I wanted to show you the lights too, because the car's got, so that was the headlights I just turned on, and then there's a fog light switch here, because the car's got an aggressive look with those fog lights illuminated. I wanted to do that for you now while the car's running, because we're about to kill the engine and get on with our exterior tour. Fogs, you can see there's a green indicator meant to suggest that they're illuminated, and the headlights. And I'm gonna cut the engine now. So give me a second and we'll move on with the exterior tour. Beautiful sunny day today, just south of Ottawa. I think we might be in the political boundaries, within the political boundaries of Ottawa, but the area of Ottawa we're in, south of the downtown, certainly is called Greeley. So that's where the car is being offered from. So the familiar headlights from 82 to 92 on these Camaros. Again, the bow tie emblem appears on where a front license plate would go if one were affixed, and then the fog lights on either side of it. Smoked indicator light lenses, and then you can see there's a bit of a vent there in the side of the front air dam to send some cool air to those tires while the car is performing and moving. And we'll get in close to these tires. It's a set of Michelins. It's a square setup, so same size at all four corners. You can see these Michelin Pilot XGT V4s are sized 245, 50, R16 with a V speed rating. Stock wheels, so a 5-spoke with Camaro in the very center of the center cap, but Chevrolet on either side of the edge. And disc brakes underneath. You can see that center cap would pop off to get at the bolts. I guess I should say studs because there'd be nuts on studs in this car. And I'll mention that the key for the wheel nuts, each wheel would have one needing the key. It's sitting in the center console of the car right now. One thing I haven't mentioned is that this 1992 Chevrolet Camaro 25th anniversary with under 25,000 kilometers is being offered by the owner, Ontario Safety. So a big inclusion for buyers in Ontario, but even for buyers outside of Ontario, it's nice to know that. Just take a look at the Ministry of Transportation of Ontario's website, and you'll get a sense of the exhaustive list of items that that need to be compliant with safety regulation for the car to change hands in Ontario. So for the people in Ontario, one less impediment to getting the car registered in your name. And as I say, a peace of mind item for buyers outside of Ontario. I just threw in quickly the 25th anniversary characteristic of this car. Again, the Camaro began as kind of GM's response to Mustang in model year 1967. And there's a special 25th anniversary emblem just in front of the passenger side of in front of the passenger seat, sort of on the passenger side of the dash. And as I say, a square setup. So the Michelin Pilot XGT V4s, a set of 4. They're the same tires on all of the 4 rims. And this rim, we can see it's showing some signs of weathering. I don't see any curb rash on it. But yeah, it's showing a bit of patina. And there's a good look at that sizing. 245, 50, R16, the V speed rating. Fuel cap, no key or remote release. If you want to look at it, we've got a photo of the cap removed on the detailed listing. Again, lot 319 on collectorcarcanada.ca. And then the later third generation, familiar grid pattern, I'll call them tail lights. That's my description. I don't know that GM used it. And the spoiler is a little higher on this 92 than the ones on the earlier Z28s, which would have been attached all the way across. So this one allows for a little bit of airflow. I showed you these emblems, but I'll show them to you again. So relating to fuel delivery, a 2-port injection model. And there's that Z28 emblem over here on the right side. And those pipes as well. So dual exhaust. So the what we believe to be the original paint, certainly we've got a Carfax on the detailed listing for lot 319. Take a look at it. But the paint looks bright and has retained good luster over the years. The patina I noticed is on the wheel. As I say, I noticed it on the driver's rear rim. So a good look at the rim here. I don't see the same patina effect on this passenger's rear, but I do see a Michelin Pilot XGT V4 with very good tread. And even the door handles look pretty good. There is a little bit of marking on. If you're noticing a change in the picture, it's because the battery on our main camera died, so I'm using the backup camera. I'm noting that the passenger rear wheel does not show that same patina effect we saw over on the driver's side, but I do see the Michelin Pilot XGT V4 in the same size, again, same size all the way around, 245, 50. ZR R16 with the V speed rating. Working our way, that skirt with the opening to allow a little bit of airflow to that tire to keep it cool under load. Dual color coded mirrors on the side of this Z28. I asked the owner about the antenna, and the owner mentioned that there's no antenna because it does not, their car cover does not fit over the antenna. So that's why it's removed. The owner's going to take a look in the basement to see if they can locate that antenna. And if it's included, we'll indicate that in a detailed listing for lot 319. Here's the front passenger side rim. Again, I don't see the patina here that I did see on the driver's rear. I didn't look closely for it on our driver's front. So when we get done our circle check, I'm going to take a look at that for you. And there's the front spoiler with the airflow area to enable some cooling of the front tires. Cool headlights that we saw from 82 to 92 on the Camaros. And here's a closer look at the driver's front rim. I see a little bit of, I guess I think it just needs a good clean. I don't see the same patina I do. So it's just the one rim showing patina on the driver's rear. So that'll about do it for our exterior tour. Let's move to the cabin. Red on red for this 1992 Chevrolet Camaro Z28 with under 25,000 kilometers and the 25th anniversary edition. So the biggest flaw, easily the flaw in this car is this dash is showing cracking just beyond the instrumentation here on the driver's side. Getting a good look, we got red on red, the door cards, very presentable, and a very well optioned car. It wasn't every car in 1992 that had power mirrors, power locks, and a power seat for the driver. This car's got a power seat for the driver, but not the passenger. So the passenger seat is manually operated. What I suspect to be original floor mats are in place. And I say that because you can see that GM emblem and the color of this mat matches the carpet underneath. And you can see that footwell's been well protected over the years. A little dead pedal to the left of the brake and the hood release. So consistent with what I said about the well-optioned car. We see cruise control and intermittent wipers on the stock that operates the indicators, and beyond that there's another stock for the tilt wheel. Airbag in place for the driver, and then there are the light switches I showed you earlier for both headlights and fogs. Working our way to the center console, that's where the windows are controlled, and this center of the three switches, the center is to release that motorized hatch that I showed you earlier. 4-speed automatic with automatic overdrive. You can see that emblem there. And AM FM cassette, period. Well, it's a stock item, so I guess that by definition it's period correct. But the one thing I noticed on this one, this is kind of the higher end cassette deck for the period. It's got auto reverse, and it'll even find the next song for you. So we took that for granted starting with CDs, but with the tapes, it was a high-end tape deck that did that. AC is equipped. We tested that out earlier. It blows nice and cold on this warm day in the Ottawa area. There's a lighter, there's a nice clean ashtray here. I don't know if it's ever been used. And there's that Z28 emblem over on the passenger side of the dash with the 25th anniversary badge. So that makes this car a pretty special, being that it's the last year of the 3rd gen and also the 25th anniversary model. GM emblem on this passenger floor mat as well. And then of course there's a handbrake. Center console has an opening with some storage. Show that to you. And there's the key for the wheel locks. So cloth seats. And there's a Camaro emblem on the seat back for both passenger and driver. You can see the rear view mirror is not in place. The owner already has an appointment for that safety check I mentioned, because the car is being offered with an Ontario safety. She's going to ask the mechanic to reattach the rear view mirror. It's sitting in the back seat. I'll show it to you in a second here when we get back. But I'm going to pop my head up through the T-roofs, and you can see the aggressive look of the hood. Now, those black bits of color contrasting on the red are faux openings. There's no real vent work, but it does give the car an aggressive look. All right, so the back seat, usable back seat for a little sports car of the early 90s. You can see here's the original mirror, and it's got a map light on either end. And here's something that the owners just didn't get around to doing, but they're happy to have their mechanic do it. Lots of documentation over there. On the top of the stack is the owner's manual, but we've gone through the documents, and we're going to have those on the detailed listing for lot 319. There's also an appraisal, which is interesting, so you'll get a sense of what the appraiser figured this 25K kilometer 1992 Chevrolet Camaro 25th anniversary car was worth. A couple things I'm going to grab the keys for here. You can see I showed you the VIN in the opening when we were talking about the more desirable, more powerful engine, but it's set out here as well. And then the car does not have a glove box on the dash. There is that center console storage. I won't call it a glove box because it's located in a bit of a funny spot to be a glove box, but yeah, there's some storage here. And this is where we find all of the option codes for the car. So those are often, in a GM car, they're often found in a center console or the glove box. But here they are in this hatch-mounted storage area. There are a couple of maintenance items unused in there, and we've got we got photos of those on the detailed listing for lot 319. I know there was an air filter. I don't remember everything, but just take a look at our detailed listing. So here's the dedicated, purpose-built stowage cover for the T-roofs. You can see there's even some instructions there, making it look like a factory item to me. And then, although the front license plate is not in place, here's a bracket for it. So if the next owner decides he needs to drill the bumper to install that, this is the one you need, and you can see it is the right for this car. Another nice touch is this cargo cover. It attaches up here. So now it's in place, and then when we close the hatch, certainly anything down here is covered. But I'm gonna leave it open just as the owners did. A little ladybug's joined us here. Let's see if I can give the ladybug a new life outside the car. So yeah, there's a good look at the interior of this 25K kilometer 1992 Chevrolet Corvette. Pardon me, it's not a Corvette. Chevrolet Camaro 25th anniversary with the T-tops. On now to some closing thoughts. So that's our look at the 25K kilometer 1992 Chevrolet Camaro Z28 25th anniversary edition. super low miler, under 25,000 kilometers as it sits. 13 Ks to go till it hits 25,000, so it's possible it'll break 25,000 before it gets to its new owner, but certainly under 26. It's got the more powerful of the two 305 cubic inch V8s offered in 92. So a factory rating of 205 horsepower on this 5-liter 305 cubic inch V8. Automatic overdrive, sending all that juice to the rear wheels. And with that dual exhaust, it promises output, and you feel it when you put the foot down. So red on red, air conditioning, tilt, cruise, power windows, power locks, power seat for the driver, tilt wheel, fully loaded for 1992 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. Under 25K kilometers and the 25th anniversary edition. The final year of 3rd generation F body. This car's got a lot going for it. So that'll about do it for the video. I do want to thank you for watching. And we're going to move from this lot 319, we're going to move on to the next car.